Imagine a world without the internet. No Google, no social media, no online shopping. Sounds impossible, right? But just a few decades ago, the internet didn't even exist. So how did we go from no connection to being able to share memes with someone on the other side of the world in seconds? Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the internet's invention and how it revolutionized the way we live, work, and connect. The internet's story begins in the 1950s, during the Cold War. Scientists and the US military were searching for better ways to communicate. They wanted a way to keep communications alive in case, well, let's just say things went boom. This early idea eventually gave birth to something called ARPANET in the 1960s. Think of it as the internet's awkward teenage years. It worked, but it wasn't exactly user-friendly. On October 29, 1969, the first ARPANET message was sent. They tried to send the word login, but the system crashed after the first two letters. So, the very first message on the internet was just LO. In 1971, Ray Tomlinson sent the first email. His message? Something like Test 1, 2, 3. Not exactly Shakespeare, but hey, it paved the way for all those just checking in emails we send today. The internet got its big break in 1983 when TCP/IP became the standard protocol. Basically, it's the language that lets computers talk to each other. Think of it as the Rosetta Stone of the internet, but with way more ones and zeros. In 1989, British scientist Tim Berners-Lee introduced the World Wide Web. His idea was simple: create a way for people to access and share information through linked documents, what we now call websites. The first website went live in 1991, and suddenly, the internet wasn't just for scientists, it was for everyone. Fun fact, the first website ever was about the World Wide Web. That's right, the internet's first web page was basically its own About Me section. In the 1990s, web browsers like Netscape made the internet accessible to regular folks. Suddenly, people could browse from home as long as they had patience for dial-up. Remember, that painfully slow connection came with the catchphrase, "You've got mail," and the sound of your landline being hijacked. By the mid-90s, the internet was going mainstream. AOL was the king of dial-up, introducing millions to the magic of email and chat rooms. And let's not forget the joy of yelling, "Get off the phone, I'm on the internet," at your siblings. The late 90s and early 2000s saw the rise of game-changing platforms. Google launched in 1998, making searching for information a breeze. Facebook arrived in 2004, connecting people together, where we started oversharing with friends we hadn't seen since middle school, and then YouTube turned everyone into potential content creators. The internet became a place where anyone could learn, share, and create. Now, the internet is everywhere. Streaming, social media, online shopping, because things we take for granted today seemed impossible just a few decades ago. It's amazing and a little terrifying. I mean, who hasn't Googled "weird bump on my arm" at 3 a.m. and convinced themselves they were doomed? From a Cold War project to a global phenomenon, the internet has transformed how we communicate, learn, live, and yes, how we procrastinate. What started as a simple idea became a tool that connects billions of people across the globe. But here's the big question. What's next? Will we control the web with our thoughts? Will holographic meetings replace Zoom calls? Or maybe the internet will go fully immersive and we'll all live in a virtual reality? The possibilities are endless and, let's be honest, both exciting and a little scary. What do you think the internet will look like in 50 years? Share your wildest ideas in the comments. And if you enjoyed this dive into the internet's past, like, follow and share. Stay connected, stay earthwise and otherwise.